Good morning, Europe. You are watching Europe Today.
There are certain things that the Indian government did that generally rubbed the United States the wrong way. For instance, you generally buy your military gear from Russia. That's a way to kind of get up, under the skin of America if you're going to buy your armaments from Russia. So the Indian economy is extraordinary. Your human capital capacity is amazing. Your growth rate is amazing. So I think India is starting to move towards buying the military equipment from the United States, which then goes a long way. And these kind of things, just creating that relationship, being a part of BRICS, right? Which is, let's move to not support the dollar and dollar hegemony. That's not really the way to make friends and influence people in America. So, the president calls that out directly and specifically, and the Indian government is addressing it specifically and directly. And that's how you move on to a really positive place, is put it on the table, address it straight on, resolve it straight on, and get to a really good place. And I think that's where we are. Well, I think the United States wants to bring advanced manufacturing back to the United States. All right, that's a key industrial platform for us to bring back domestic manufacturing and reshoring in America. And so now there are enormous number of product categories that we are going to be delighted for India to produce. And what we're going to have is you'll sort of have a trade deal that says, look, these kind of industries would be great for India to produce. And in fact, there are enormous numbers of industries that we'd really like to go to India, right? And what happens is you create this sort of trade deal that puts India in a unique position, right? Because it'll have a special relationship with the United States. In certain industries, it will have a better tariff relationship than most other countries in the world, which means India will be the beneficiary of those kind of products. So some will need to be reshored to America, right? But they'll be replaced with incredible opportunity for India, which has one of the most extraordinary economies, one of the most extraordinary, the key that makes an extraordinary economy is the determination. Our view of AI and the best chips in the world was the Biden administration had a very constrained view. And the Trump administration's view is embrace your allies, have your allies join you in the AI revolution, right? Have them come with you. So we are willing to sell our best chips, but they have to be done in certain ways so they can't end up in the hands of those that we don't want to have them. We don't want them training their models on that kind of thing. So we have a variety of rules, but basically our idea is that we want to embrace our allies and our friends in a way that is much more open than the Biden administration, not even on the same hemisphere. So we love our allies. We want our allies to participate in the AI revolution with us. And if India is interested, which of course it is, and it wants to build giant data centers and be a part of that model, we are ready, willing, and look forward to embracing India as a partner and friend. It happened the old-fashioned way, which is one of my best friends, Nikesh Arora, is Indian. So when you have one of your best friends is Indian, and then Anshu Joe was one of Nikesh's best friends. Yeah. And so then we went on vacation together, and we hung out together. And so ultimately what happened is I would go on these golf weekends. I'd be the only white guy on the golf weekend. So, I got interested in India because my friends had unique insight into it, and we could really talk about it. And so I wasn't a classic American looking at it from the outside, right? When I would go to India, we'd go to house parties, we'd play cricket, we just had fun. And it's a different perspective. So I am a great fan of India. And even the people in the government know that that's true. Well, what's unusual is, Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, is the only person in our administration elected by the full United States of America. And Modi, if you think about the world, how many other leaders actually are elected by their country? Very, very rare. So that connection is pretty unique because it's rare. Most people have a prime minister, right? They don't have someone who's actually elected. And so their relationship is very strong and very positive. And so that gives an easy path to me to do trade negotiations because we start from a very positive place. Now, the president is willing to call out things straight away. Meaning, India is very protectionist with tariffs. They have 100% tariff on this and 100% tariff on that. And if you ask them why, the answer is, I don't know why, it just is. So I think the idea of really looking at those things, thinking about them, and bringing them down to a level that is reasonable and appropriate so we can be great trading partners with each other, I think is absolutely on the table, and it's not stressful. Think about it is, the president thinks America first, but he does not think America only or America exclusively. He will, first he's got to take care of home so we're big and strong, but then he's going to take care of his allies. He's going to make sure he takes care of India, who he deeply, deeply admires and respects. And we are going to have a great, great relationship together.